Hi guys, hi bunnies. I'm checking in just because it's past February 20th and my partner status, let me turn this up. I don't know if that makes a difference. My partner status for YouTube has been taken away because I do not have 1,000 followers, and I think you need 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours per month. So it's like the first one, which is pretty legit, because it's like, yeah, you could like buy followers or get all your friends to follow you, but then if they're not, watching the content to that number, um, they're not going to allow you to keep your partner status. So it's very shaky now. And I've been on YouTube for a couple of years. I think my initial intent was to make money from it. Now my intent is just to get my ideas out there, and to get my ideas sorted. And a lot of my video topics are either diary entries or they're like kind of like starting off or outline points for things that I'm going to write at some point, or articles that I write, or whatever it may be. It's a way of organizing my thoughts, and I'm excited about that. I like doing it. Um, I guess, yeah, so at some point I thought maybe I'd make money, then I'd be like, oh, it's really difficult to make money on YouTube. It's really difficult to get followed. It's like a difficult thing. So I focus more on like the part that makes me happy and not on everything else. But that being said, it's kind of like, it kind of feels like a slap in the face. You know what I mean? Because it's like, now, like, it's one thing if it's not happening now. And like, that's how I feel about things in life. I'm fine with things not being there or being set up in a way where like it's not even attainable. Like somehow that feels emotionally better than things being taken away. Things being taken away is kind of like, fuck you. You know what I mean? And now it's like they make it even harder now because of these added restrictions for if there was a chance for my channel to ever make money. As it stands, I do have like $50 in my AdSense, but the thing is that you need $100, I believe, in order to take out the AdSense money. So my money's just sitting there and I won't be able to get it, and I should be able to get it. Like, come on now. Like, just send people the freaking money. Send them their money that they've, worked for. Um, so like, it's like, it annoys me because I go back and forth. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, what are you going to do? It's like bureaucracy. It's corporate. YouTube's corporate now, like, in the good old days with YouTube, when I should have started, and, it's much more difficult to make money now, but definitely for people that started their channels in '06, between like '06 and '09, much easier, and it just, your platform was different because it was new, it was budding, and, I remember they used to have this feature that helped a lot of people, which was, you used to be able to, like give video reviews to other people's videos, which that was a really good tactic because it's like if there's a popular video, people will see yours under there. I thought that was good, and it was like interactive, and it was new, and it was fresh, and it's like all these really cool features that used to be here got taken away after the acquisition. Um, and it's like, it just kind of sucked. And it's like for me, because mostly 90% of YouTube for me is as a consumer. I'm a YouTube consumer 90%, the other 10% is me as a creator. As a consumer, YouTube has become more limited. And I feel like the business model that they're going after, because they put such a premium on like, what do you call it? Like already like network stations and like cable stations. So it's like, Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien, like they get these clips, and all that stuff is really, it's like what's publicized the most is like network stuff, and like the 1% of YouTubers that have a big name for themselves, which that's totally fine because it's like it is YouTube, so it's like they made their bones on YouTube. That makes sense. The network stuff, I'm like, okay, on the ad sense, it makes sense. Oh, AdSense, but it's like it started to become kind of like unfair, like your videos were getting demonetized, and I should have knew this would happen because videos, I've had a bunch of videos demonetized I'm gonna read some of the videos that I got demonetized, and it just feels like kind of ridiculous. I wonder if I'll have to edit this. I'll probably have to edit it. And it's like, I don't even know why these things got demonetized. Okay, so yeah, some of that makes sense. I'm too tired. I'm not going through. I'm having a little wine. I just got a lot of things demonetized that was really random, but I was like, why is this getting demonetized? But yet the same headline could be, you know, a headline using a news show, a network news show, and then that's not getting demonetized, of course. So it's like, it's kind of hypocritical, you know? So once again, I'm fine with people not giving me, that's going to be my thumbnail. Probably something like that, I don't know. I'm fine with people not, giving me things, but taking things away just feels mean. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's fine. It's just like, you're just stopping the possibility for people. Like, it's so demoralizing, especially since this was it was content creators that made this platform. And now there's not a focus on the content creators. There's a focus on what the corporation wants, and obviously the bottom line is always money. And I feel like their business model is I feel like in 2 years time the business model of YouTube will be similar to Hulu or Netflix, and that'll probably be paid, probably like anything that it's even mildly copyright will be taken off, which sucks because I don't know about you, but I found like unique versions of different videos and like songs I like that was a specific remix on YouTube, by people uploading it, like things you can't find on Spotify, you can't find it on SoundCloud, you can't find it, people would upload it to YouTube. And I'm afraid that it's going to become so just like money, it's going to become like Netflix or Hulu where it's like, only generated by YouTube or by a very select creators, and that would be really devastating because it's supposed to be YouTube. It's not the corporation, so that's why it's like if I start to see things going along that route, which I do download MP3 and MP4s off of YouTube all the time, but I definitely will end up doing that even more for anything that I know I can't just get anywhere, because it'll suck, because that's why we come to YouTube. Like, we want like the stuff that isn't anywhere else because it's user created and user generated. YouTube. This is a good thumbnail. Whose man's YouTube? Whose man's? Another thing that was sucky, and that's kind of like a, slap in the face, yeah, is that I used to go to the YouTube space here in New York when they opened. I don't think I went the first 6 months, but I definitely went within the first year, and I used to bring people, and I had a lot of fun. They used to have free food, free drinks, free wine, free beer, and a lot of different events, and it was just really cool. And some of my earlier videos, you can see some of my experiences. And you used to be able, anyone could go, even people without a channel, right? You just needed to sign up. Then, it's at the Chelsea Market, by the way. Then, they made it so you had to have a channel, right? Which was fun. And then you needed, like, it was like tiered, like 50 followers, 100 followers, 150 followers, something like that. I was like, okay, I'm good. And then they were like, you have to have a minimum of 1,000 followers. So at this point, because even getting to 1,000 followers is pretty difficult, it cut out probably like 80% of the people that would have gone there. And now their system is like crazy. And it's like a place that I used to frequent that I helped, I helped give them what they needed to get in the beginning. Case in point, I took a course there, which I've talked to you guys about this before. I even saved my certificate. I got a certificate and an award from YouTube. This is my name, right? And it says, this is actually from actual YouTube. It says, build your channel, Vanita Johnson, the Seafood Bunny, has completed all required coursework and learned the core building blocks needed to manage a successful YouTube channel as of 2015. YouTube Space New York Learn, Connect, Create. It's got the seal on it. It was like an award ceremony, and I freaking got it. And in addition to that, oh, hold on a second. In addition to that, I got an actual creator award. I don't know if you say it like this. The YouTube Spaces Award. I got an award from the YouTube Space, from YouTube, and I'm no longer allowed to go to the YouTube space in New York or probably anywhere else, because I think you need like 10,000 followers if you're in LA. And I had my partner status taken from me. And it just kind of feels unfair. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not going to cry about it, but like in my day when I'm just going through like the various bullshit of my life or just life in general, I'm just like, it's bullshit. You know, like just think about it. Just take yourself out of the situation. It's just bullshit. You know, it's like, why? Why? You know? Because if that was the case, you should have started it like that. If that was the case, you should have been like, no ad revenue until you have 10,000 followers, which would have been fine. I wouldn't have complained. I'd be like, oh, I might not get there, but you know, I'll try. But taking things away from people, it's not nice. It's not good business. It really isn't. It really takes the you out of YouTube. Now it's just Tube. This is just Tube. The Tube channel. You know, what are you going to do? Everything's corrupt. You know, corporations have no sort of like responsibility for integrity. You know, like all those like, you know, core statements and like mission statements of companies. I can tell you from working at startups, from knowing people, whatever the core mission statement is of a corporation, in reality, they operate the opposite. I've worked for people that advocate for freelancers and advocate for writers that literally do not pay writers and do not pay. They'll like have their interns writing up like the newsletters and like doing the phone calls for free. You know what I mean? Like, so everyone profits from there being an underclass, and everything has a class system. And that's life. And that's, you know, fine. It's just annoying. You know, it's and I think it's dishonorable. And it goes against the mission statement of YouTube. I feel their original mission statement. You know, I wish every corporation's mission statement is, we trying to get these dollars. Bitch better have my money. Okay? That's what every mission statement for every corporation should be. And then I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, oh, it's a cold world out there. So will it change? I don't know. Will I go to another platform? I mean, maybe at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed the MBTI videos. I hope to complete the series at some point. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.